Hey everybody, Texans girl here along with William Harvey, and we're here to talk about week 1 in the NFL, specifically the Houston Texans versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And I just want to start out saying I really hope that everybody is okay. I know it's just a very odd time for everybody with COVID, a lot of job loss, and I really hope that all of you guys are okay out there, and wishing everybody good vibes and things like that and well wishes. So weird time, but you know what, we have sports back and the NFL's back, and I'm just happy, and I know a lot of you guys are as well. Okay, first of all, let's talk about a positive tonight. I'm going to talk about a positive, and how about those Cowboys? How about the Cowboys? They lost to the Rams tonight, and that was a thing of beauty. So I'm very, very happy this evening. I was going to come on Thursday, but I said, you know what, I'm going to wait until Sunday to talk about the game versus the Texans Chiefs, because I want to talk about the rest of the games. And it was just kind of bizarre today without any fans in the stands, but I don't really care because football was back. And starting with the Texans, we lost 34-20, and it seems like it should have been a lot more than that. I was very embarrassed by our performance. I don't even know where to begin. It was that pathetic. When you look at passing yards, we look very similar. A little over 350 yards, but when you look at time of possession, the Chiefs had the ball 10 minutes more than the Texans, and then in the second quarter, you gave Pat Mahomes, he owned 80% of that second quarter. He had the ball for 80% of the freaking second quarter. You can't do that. You can't freaking do that, Texans. And then they look like they were getting ready to pass out. I mean, JJ's 30. I know he's getting older, but they just couldn't do it. They couldn't handle it. That dude just walked right on into the end zone for a touchdown, and I'm thinking nobody touched him. My son, my boys are 8 years old and they play flag football. I think my son could have stopped that guy. I think my son could have stopped him. But our defense, they're picking up right where they left off last year. I think they look like trash. And you know what? Yeah, I'm hard on our team, and I want y'all's opinion. Please let me know what your opinion is, because you guys have you guys have good insight, and I really love to hear what you have to say. But I was very disappointed with the way we played. I'm gonna put my glasses on because I'm blind. And I want to look at a bright spot. I think David Johnson. I think he was a bright spot. I mean, he rushed for 77 yards. He had a touchdown. He had a little over 30 yards receiving. I think he looked pretty darn good. Now, we can't compare what our dipshit coach and GM did by trading Hop. I don't even want to go on to that, because that's a whole other conversation, and I'm still pissed off about that. But I'm trying to go look beyond it, and I think David Johnson was a bright spot on Thursday. So hopefully he can get back to that 2016 form that he had. I'm going to be positive about it. I like what I saw from him, so I think that he was the bright spot. Deshaun, you know what? I'm so glad that we signed him for his contract extension. He's a good kid. He's a great quarterback, and I'm anxious to see what he has for us this year. Now, he was sacked 4 times. He holds on to the ball too long. He's got to get the ball out of his hands. And I think our O-line, it is what it is. It's not the greatest. And but I think Deshaun needs to work on getting the ball out quicker. Defense was a joke. I'm going to leave it at that. We've got Baltimore next week. The Ravens. I don't know how we're going to stop Lamar Jackson. I really think that I'm going to be positive. I think our offense is going to bounce back, and I think we're going to look better. I think that our receivers, I didn't really feel they were involved. I mean, Will Fuller had over 100 yards receiving, but no touchdowns, and he is obviously our number one receiver. I think we've got a good receiving group. I just think that we really need we just didn't look like we clicked as an offense. So hopefully week 2, we're going to click better, and I'm going to be positive and say we're going to click better as an offense. So hopefully our defense can have an answer for Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Looking on to other games today, the games that really interested me the most were the Seahawks game and the Packers-Vikings game. And I really expected the Vikings to have a little better defense, but Aaron Rodgers kicked some serious ass today. 360 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. And how about Devontae Adams? I love that man. He's on my fantasy team. He had over 156 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. He's a badass. So the Packers, Aaron Rodgers is an old geezer. He's 37 years old, but they look phenomenal today. And Russell Wilson, he's got my vote as an early MVP candidate. He was amazing. Very similar stats to Aaron Rodgers, 320 yards and 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Russell Wilson looked fabulous today, and so did the Seahawks. So really, those were 2 games that I really enjoyed. I kind of looked a little bit in on the Raiders. It's really hard for me to say the Las Vegas Raiders. I don't know about you Raiders fans, but to me, they're the Oakland Raiders. So to say Las Vegas Raiders is difficult. How about Josh Jacobs? That dude's a badass. That dude is one of the best running backs in the league right now, as far as I'm concerned. 93 yards. He had 3 freaking touchdowns, 40-some yards receiving, and he was amazing today. So I think the Raiders look pretty darn good today against a not very good Panther team. How about Cam Newton's debut with the Patriots? You know what? I don't like the Patriots. You guys know that. But I like to root for the underdog, and I'm glad to see Cam Newton come back and do what he did. I'm glad that he won, and I know it was against Miami, and Miami's not very good, but I think that Cam Newton looked pretty darn good today. And I liked seeing that. I liked seeing Cam Newton back to his old form. So I'm rooting for Cam Newton. Not the Patriots, but I'm rooting for Cam Newton. So the Browns-Ravens aren't even worth talking about. I think the most embarrassing thing today was what the Browns had the ball. It was like 3rd and 40-some yards. It's pitiful. I'm sorry, Browns fans. That's all I'm going to say. Condolences to the Browns fans. Late games, I watched the Buccaneers and Drew Brees. Tom Brady did not look good, and I know this is a new offensive scheme for him. I know he's getting used to all this stuff, but I'm sorry. It was really good to see him not play well. And look, he's 43 years old, and there's something to be said about the way he takes care of himself, because I think he's in phenomenal shape, but he had a shit game. He had 2 interceptions, and I know that 1 interception really was not his fault. I know he's still getting to know his wide receivers and still getting to know the scheme down. He had that pick 6, but he did not look good. I was surprised. I think the Buccaneers defense looked pretty darn good. I was very surprised by that. I was like, man, they're a pretty good defense. At least compared to the Texans, they're a badass defense. So I think the Buccaneers defense looked pretty good. Drew Brees, I was a little disappointed in him. I think the thing that won the game for the Saints was their defense. I think their defense looked pretty damn good. I think their running back looked amazing. What he had, how many touchdowns did he have? 2, 3 touchdowns? But I think that was very, very smart. Signing him to the contract extension. But Drew Brees, Michael Thomas, not the greatest day, but they still prevailed. Very sickened to see the Arizona Cardinals beat the 49ers. Sorry, Cardinal fan, but it was really sickened to see it's our Texans, D-Hop, what he had his best career day, and they beat the NFC champs of last year. So, Bill O'Brien, you're a clown. You're a clown for getting rid of Hop. That's all I'm going to say. He makes me sick. Bill O'Brien, you are a clown. And as a Texans fan, we are still stuck with Bill O'Brien. We're stuck with his garbage. We're stuck with his bad decisions. And it's a shame. But tomorrow's games, we've got the Steelers Giants and the Titans and the Denver Broncos. It's going to be interesting. I know that the Titans picked up Jadeveon Clowney. Obviously, I'm rooting for the Broncos, but we'll see because, Derrick Henry's a badass, and if I were the Titans, I'd be giving him the ball the majority of the time. Steelers, it's going to be interesting to see Big Ben back. The Giants are not that good. And it'll be interesting to see how Big Ben comes back after his injury. So looking forward to the games tomorrow night. And very glad football's back. I know all of you guys are. I'm tired of all the garbage that's on TV. And it's really good to see football back. Once again, I really hope everybody's good. I hope everybody's healthy and safe. And I wish everybody well. Please comment on your opinions because I really, really like to hear what your thoughts are. I know I'm pretty hard on the Texans, but Thursday night's game really made me sick. It really sickened me because I thought we looked like garbage. But I hope everybody has a great week. We'll be seeing you next week, and we'll be talking about the Baltimore game. Hopefully, we're going to have good news. And have a good week, everybody. Peace out.